All right, so the Miami Hurricanes beat the Louisville Cardinals 47 to 34, and this was an impressive showing by the Miami Hurricanes, pretty much showing the country that they can compete potentially for an ACC crown this year. Even though I don't think that's going to happen, the fact that they can be in that conversation once again, I think will be a huge boost to the Miami Hurricanes football program. The defense, even though they weren't dominant, you did see flashes, whether if it was from the pass rush position from Quincy Roche, including former number one prospect in Jalen Phillips, who we was able to see him out there putting relentless pressure on the quarterback. Whether if we saw the secondary with Bubba Bolden, who was amazing tonight as far as open field tackling. The offensive side of the ball, De'Aaron King had an amazing game. Even though he was 18 for 30, not the greatest completion percentage in the world, but was able to make some of the very, very tough throws, some of those overthrows. He was able to make all kinds of throws tonight and showed really big improvement from last week as far as throwing the football. He was able to see the same type of playmaking ability you saw last week, even though, again, they could include him more as far as QB runs and quarterback power and stuff like that. But I think there's a lot more in the arsenal for the Hurricanes in this particular offense. You was able to see a lot of the outside receivers show off. Brevin Jordan continues to be a mismatch at the tight end position, showcasing that he could be a first round pick. You able to see the running game still be established here with Harris getting the football. Former 5-star and Jalen Knighton, you will see him get going. He had a 75-yard catch as well. So we was able to see some explosive plays for the Miami Hurricanes. I feel like that's kind of what they lacked, was just the explosive plays last year, while the defense was the one carrying the offense. This year around, though, it's looking like more of a balanced approach. You were able to see some explosive plays on the offensive side of the ball, but then the defensive side of the ball, even though again they gave up 34 points to the Louisville Cardinals, Louisville really didn't threaten Miami until it wasn't until like the first half. That's when Louisville was threatening Miami. That's when it was a kind of a close game. But even then, you can kind of see that Miami was just pulling this game away. You can clearly see that the Hurricanes were just the better team. They were just the better coached, more polished football team heading into this game. As far as the Louisville Cardinals, a lot of explosive playmakers. Cunningham didn't have his best performance, but you were able to see why he is considered as a draft pick. You will see Tutu Atwell. He had a pretty decent game for the most part. Fitzpatrick was able to out there to make plays. Their running game was really, really effective, as well as I think they had over 200, close to 230 rush yards against this Hurricanes defense, which is one of the best defenses in the ACC conference, which has a lot of talent as well. So Louisville was able to establish the run game there. What killed Louisville this game was the mistakes on the offensive side of the ball and not really capitalizing off the mistakes that the Miami Hurricanes were giving them. Right, they had a goal line opportunity where Cunningham missed the tight end literally in the back of the end zone, was wide open, and he missed him. He missed him short. So that was a missed opportunity. There were some other missed opportunities as well, as far as second and third downs, second and third shorts, and penalties. Whether if it's delay of games or whether if it was holding calls or false start penalties, it just set them back. And the penalties were a huge reason why I think Louisville lost. I think another reason why, and just flipping to the defensive side of the ball, was just the busted coverages. Like Knighton had a touchdown, Brevin Jordan had a touchdown, but there was a lot of just busted coverages for the Cardinal. And again, with a little bit of a limited training camp, there's no spring ball and stuff like that. You got players opting out. You know, it's understandable, but at the same time, after week one, those mistakes have got to be cleaned up a little bit, especially when you're going against a really good or really balanced hurricane approach, right? Miami is a lot better than Western Kentucky, right? They're a lot better than Western Kentucky. So you got to prepare, you got to game plan better, but you just got to play better. I mean, busted coverages, man, that's just one thing that just is just going to kill a defensive coordinator. And he's gonna be questioning himself to saying, what the hell did I do wrong to not prepare my players out there? I mean, we've seen not just once, but we've seen in many occasions this game of just busted coverages. So that's one thing that the Louisville Cardinal has got to fix heading into their next couple of games there. They got to fix those busted coverages, those busted assignments. The Hurricanes, again, like I said, again, they did a phenomenal job of capitalizing off the opportunities that were given to them. I feel like they're balanced. I feel like there was balance in the passing game and the run game. But most importantly, the passing game was established this game. It was established. And again, you were able to see a lot of those explosive plays. And if the Miami Hurricanes are going to be competing for an ACC crown this year, if they're going to be competing with the likes of Notre Dame or Clemson or North Carolina this year, they're going to have to continue that balanced approach. They're going to have to be a lot better. They're going to have to be a lot better on defense, because even though Louisville has some very, very explosive players, at the end of the day, Clemson and North Carolina, I feel like just has a little bit more talent than Louisville, and I feel like those teams could give that Hurricanes defense some problems. But again, the Hurricanes with some adjustments being made, and after again, just with the positive game tape that they can definitely look forward to, and some of the mistakes that again they can definitely look forward to in the film room. I can see this Hurricane squad improving very, very rapidly and potentially could compete for a future ACC crown. So anyway, guys, if you guys liked the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, also for subscribe, especially if you want more college football recaps, especially if you want more Hurricanes recaps too, or Louisville Cardinals highlights and recaps as well. And yeah, that is it for me today. So once again, the Hurricanes beat the Cardinals 47-34 in a very entertaining game, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the game as well. So anyway, Jen716, aka Jen Sports, and I'm out. Make sure you guys stay safe, and also have a good night. Peace.